Hello everybody, how are we? Are we here for Grand Slam? Are we here for a grand escape? That's Cypher this evening, aren't we? Yes we are, yes we are. But how is everybody this evening? How are you all? It is going to be a night to remember of sorts. What's up, Fletch? What's cooking, brother? Yeah, I thought it was really strong. I certainly thought it was really strong. We've got a few idiots to cook as well, so that's going to be fun. And unfortunately, it looks like I jinxed everything. I guess I am the ultimate jinx. If you know, you know. I thought this was the Vengeance review. I wouldn't know. I didn't watch Vengeance. I didn't watch. Love the show, love the crowd, need Australia. Sorry, need AEW in Australia next year, but this time an actual pay-per-view. Well, it was going to be, if they hadn't pulled out of it. NXT Vengeance Day. That's what she's meaning. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know the score. If you want to join me, anyone's welcome. The link's in the chat. If you would like to come along, say hello even for 2 minutes, you're more than welcome. The link's in the chat. Certainly get yourselves in here, have some fun, get some conversation going, and also like, share, and subscribe. And also, if you haven't, I'd like to show you something I've been working on. This is my new PC background, which I've been editing. When you work hard, you find some editing, and I certainly have been. I'm going to be adding stuff to that, obviously, but it's on the screen. It's part of life. We all have fun. You know what, dude? It was such a shit game that I forgot we were even playing, and I was watching it. You know, like I was watching it and it's already out of my head. It's already gone. I have like no energy for it. If you don't laugh, you cry. That's what that fucking game of football does to you. If you don't laugh, you cry. Yeah, I've got them both. Yeah, I've got them both. Tell you what, actually, I can drop the Discord in there. 2 seconds. I need to change it, but that's the current one. I'm gonna change it. To be honest, I'm barely even watching on Discord anyway. I should be using it more for streaming stuff. It's good for streaming Discord. But you guys can score. It's on the banner. I'm gonna say it once, and I won't say it twice. Like, share, subscribe, check out Crack TV, check out Kobe on TV, check out my podcast, and check out there's another lovely channel called Steelchair. That's it. Check out Wrestling Tag. There's another one for you. It's relevant. So, that here he comes. Oh, Mercedes knows all the belts already. She has little charisma, and this whole belt crap isn't over. Love him or hate him, Austin was way better because he carried himself like a star. So if it wasn't over, then how come she was getting heavy boos by the Australians? Just out of curiosity. And it's nothing to do with love him or hate him about Austin. He was a star once, and that was in 2010. I agree with one of those titles. One of those titles has to come off her. But to say that it's not over is incorrect. And don't worry, she is losing one of those titles soon. Don't worry, she is losing one of those titles very soon. And I approve that. Last night was still the right decision. She had to win last night. This is what a heel does. A heel goes into enemy territory and wins. She's going to lose it soon. I can assure you of that, don't worry. Now, we will get to that. Exactly, it's also true. Last night showed it. If you actually go back, well, we're going to review her match soon anyway. When we get to her match, you'll see how bad it was to put her in that title match. It was a bad decision. Toni Khan, you got fucking you screwed up last night. Anyway, so we are going to start with this. Bingo, Scott. Bingo. The IWC are stupid. Just look at JD McDonough. After what he got injured with. Look at how they treated him. Look at JD from New York. He's a pleb. Look at David LaGreca. He's a spanner. With a lot of IWC think she's underwhelming the promos I've heard. I've not seen her. Deonna should beat her. Deonna will beat her. She won't beat Deonna in a feud. She won't. I'll let you have it one time, Catherine. You can have the free pass one time. Of course, Harley is not the one to dethrone her, but it's time. Hey, Megan Bain, dethrone her, or since Athena. Athena will at some point. But for me, it's only fitting if Megan Bain loses the Hog title. If Megan Bain loses the Hog title to Mercedes Moné, then at Double or Nothing, Megan Bain should take the title off Mercedes Moné. That's just my opinion. I know. Like I say, you get your free pass. Fundamentally, though, that tag match was excellent. I think when you look at in the right context, what's context? Oh, this is context. Hold on. Let's have some fun. I'm not going to say much, but the latest post by Megan Bain on Twitter is deadly. I'm 100% liking that. I'm saying no more. Anyway, what am I looking for? Ah, yes. Why did Toni win the belt? She held it for a year. I think the way she's held it is because, in a way, it's transitional. But she's done the company a favour. We'll get to that at the end. Don't worry. Yeah, the crowd were bouncing. Tag match was hard hitting, some great spots. Exactly, it was. So here's, if you want to see head loss, here you go. Whilst I put the light on.
Kyle Fletcher, right? Kyle Fletcher. Got to get him involved in the match because he's from Australia. So nothing's going to be better than your baby faces and your heels and everybody cheering your heels because Kyle Fletcher is from Australia. Does anybody in that company think? Like, do they think? Dear God, nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. They don't know. I've defended. I'm on my knees right now. I'm on my freaking knees. I have defended this
He's on his
company
knees for that WWE
for years,
dick.
for months, for weeks, for days.
I would just like to say that I did tweet on this post. Well, I quoted on this tweet very fairly. Yes, he is. I quoted this show. Well, I quoted David LaGreca very fairly. And I think what I said is very appropriate. So, naturally, Catherine couldn't help herself. She had to reply, didn't she? I'm only kidding, Catherine. I like the fact that Nick Nemeth is just laughing at the weirdo. He, the proper wrestler, is laughing at this dork. Love it. Love it. I absolutely fucking love it. This match showcased everyone. The match and make Kyle, Fletcher and Takeshita look even more better than they were before. I agree. And the crowd were really up for it as well. Oh yeah. The main event scene for who? Elaborate. Jamie in the chat, thought NXT and AEW had two very good shows. I enjoyed both wrestling ones. I haven't watched Vengeance Day, all I know is the two talents that I wanted to win last night did. That's the only it's the only positive I can say, really. I haven't seen it, so I can't say much. I just haven't watched it yet. I don't really watch NXT as much anymore because they've ruined the fucking men's talent, the stupid idiots. Takeshita vs Omega Revolution 2025 will be the match of the year. Takeshita vs Ospreay Revolution 2024 is my match. It's a bold claim. For the first part, it's a bold claim. But I mind you, this is the thing. Subjective is match of the year. I think that's fair to say. That's subjective choice. It's not a bad choice. LaGreca's a fucking idiot and he has blocked me for calling his... Yeah. See, this is the thing. Like... Like... When you look at it in a nutshell, a podcaster has their favourites. Can we agree? Can we agree on this point? Do you agree with my comment? Fair from Catherine. But would you agree with my consensus? Is that a fair statement to make? So the guy agrees. So here's the problem. Have you seen any of those podcasters criticize their favourites? I believe I've criticised every single one of my favourites on here. I think I am very open about that. Might be just me. I might just be the only honest person when it comes to favourites. I don't know. Vengeance Day was good, mate. Hope you enjoy it. 2 hours went quick. The NXT Triple Threat is surprisingly good. See, I have a weird thing about the Triple Threat. Are you talking about the Waller, Theory, Obafemi Triple Threat? I've got an issue with that. My issue with it is, what is the point of doing the triple? In the sense of it, I'm glad that it's good. It does tell a major problem. The NXT men's scene is so tiresome right now. It's quite scary. A lot of people are criticising it. It's so bad. But why are you going to have a tag team in a triple threat match for a main title when you're not going to split them up? I would have this match for Waller to turn on Theory once and for all, but I don't know. It's weird. I don't like it when tag teams get main event title matches. Yeah, the name change is coming. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Because they don't know how to be objective. Absolute bisexual Dwayne is it. Hold on, I'm going to use a video meme that my buddy uses, so I'm going to credit Julio for this. Someone just tag Ricky Stark's new name is Trill London. If someone wants to just tweet, if someone just wants to tweet Julio, just say Reese's credit one of your videos. It's okay, because I've got an appropriate video for that, for this name right now. Right, there's going to be two me just for 2 seconds. I need to find that video. Where is it? 2 seconds. Oh dear. Right, where is it? Okay. You've got to be kidding. Okay, it should work this time. Yeah, that one. Right, so here's... This is what I think of this nickname, right? Well, this new chosen name, if this is just because of that one alone, so where is it? Here we go.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh, God. I don't think I can get over that name. He walked out of AEW for a name change and less money. What a mistake. See, the thing is, he wanted out and he could have got more money doing the indie stuff than he could have done in NXT. Tony Khan's applied for how he handled the event. He deserved to get boos. Handled it how? Handled it how? I mean, I've literally got an absolute WWE diehard in here. My good mate Jamie, who said fucking Grand Slam was good. I mean, this is Vengeance Day support, but still. This is somebody who generally doesn't like AEW that much, and he said Grand Slam was good. And it was. And I'll be honest, I watched Graps TV, well, Matt, I watched his watch along for Vengeance Day, and I was getting good props from just his watch along, so I will be watching it. I think to say Tony Khan's applied for handling the event, one, it's good that owners get booed anyway. I like when people boo the owners. But the show was good last night. The creative direction was correct. The only thing that was wrong last night, in my opinion, was no world title match. That's the only criticism I have for Grand Slam. That there was no world title match. If I'm being fundamentally honest. So, what in particular? Alright, okay. I think he means Grand Slam should have been booked on a better time slot and not come on the same. But even so, they've always done it on Saturdays. It was done in favour of. It was done in replace of Collision, so I don't see how that's an issue. I get your point, Maria. Thanks for potentially elaborating it for me, but I still don't see how that could be an issue. Where is this same energy for triple I see no colour HHH for his booking of every PL? White versus Mox, I thought so did I. Until they announced the minute they announced Copeland versus Moxley for Revolution, then Jay White's title picture was out the scene. It's hard to book a show that is around the world, and time zones are different, and TNT was not giving us NBA coverage. And why should TNT do that? I wouldn't. For any company, I wouldn't have given up my NBA coverage, because NBA outdraws wrestling in general. I know Tony Khan didn't say if it was a pay-per-view or a normal show. I know he's a businessman, but not giving a lot of information seems minor leak. They said it was a TV special. I'm pretty sure he said it was a TV special. Because Grand Slam's a TV special. Like Fyter Fest and Winter is Coming and all that. They're TV specials. At least that's what I've gathered since, 2020? 2021? They've always been like that. So I'm not sure. Exactly. Yeah, I will say this one was mad. I saw a lot of people were kicking off about this one, but it's just crazy. Yeah, everything's the booker's fault. That's just the way it goes. I'm not even kidding. I've never disclosed this to anybody, right? But I'll say something that's actually very funny. You guys know that I was at Clash at the Castle, right? Last year. I was at Clash at the Castle. %, Maria. Shots out to Stephanie. I fuck with the Chili's. Chileans are the dope. But yeah, you know how I went to Clash at the Castle last year? Well, obviously I saw firsthand the Damian Priest botch where he nearly broke his leg when he got stuck in the ropes. I had fans beside me at Clash at the Castle saying that was Triple H's fault that Damian Priest got stuck in the ropes. But I'm not joking. I had beside me Triple H fans saying, sorry, I had WWE drones saying it's I had WWE drones saying it's Triple H's fault that Damian Priest got stuck between the ropes at Clash of the Castle. And I'm like, that was an accident. That wasn't supposed to happen. Like, how can you blame someone who is not even on screen? Same with Tony Khan when I was at All In. I had people blaming Tony Khan for the gauntlet match that Christian Cage won because Christian came out last. And I was like, do you guys even understand wrestling at all? The guy loses his title. Of course he's going to come out last to win this match. How stupid can you be? Nice to see you as well, Billy. I know you're lying. I know you're lying. To the build up to the show, he only specified that a couple of weeks or even days before the show. He needs to get better promoting shows. He doesn't promote the shows though. Like, he tweets about them, but he isn't the promoter of the show. Like, he has a promotional team that does that.
Oh, God.
Oh, dear God. One more from you. One more, and you're getting the third video. You're getting the third video. So where were we? After 30 minutes, yes. So this tag match is wild in. Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay versus Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher. Apparently, the crowd were going to boo the babyfaces and cheer Kyle Fletcher. Cool story, bro. Fucking wrong. I'm pretty sure Kyle Fletcher got booed out the fucking building. But he's Australian. Newsflash, Drew McIntyre got booed in Glasgow. Say what you will about that. Anyway, we got a vibrant match for this. It was excellent. First of all, I like the mixture involvement of offense. We got the consistency of the high flying moveset. That was pretty obvious. We got like I said, we got the high flying moves, we got the technical work, we got the groundwork. If anything, we got Takeshita just being an absolute machine. This match could have went longer if it wasn't 2 hours, put it that way, if it wasn't a 2 hour show. I thought it was an excellent show starter. And if they'd done this again straight away, I wouldn't be against it. Even if it was on a main event of Dynamite, 2 out of 3 falls, I wouldn't be against that at all. I think I like the story that they're telling with this. It's still about conquering the Don Callis family by any means necessary, but I think it was great how they've done it. I like how they've structured the match. I think it was 100% correct to start with Fletcher and Ospreay. You can tell they're so over. They're so over with the crowd. My only issue is when it comes across, we didn't get enough of Kenny Omega's technical work. I think that's my only fault from this match. We don't get enough of his technical ground, but we do get to see him do his high flying stuff, and it's great. Shout out to that Ospreay hidden blade from the top rope into the one-winged angel though. That's one of the best tag finishers I've ever seen. It's right up there with the heart attack and the doomsday device. It was perfect. No, they were not booing Kyle Fletcher. It was the crowd booing the Great Donkey. You will not accept anything, will you? I wish AEW would have made better choice in 2023 with the whole CM Punk thing. I haven't watched the show since All Out. Fair enough. Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher are your future face of AEW. One of them is. The other could potentially be your top heel. Match would have went 35 minutes on pay-per-view. I agree. I think they would have made it 2 out of 3 falls and actually gave it time. For 1 week, the IWC should praise what has done in this goodness Australian pay-per-view instead of always instigating free hate on Tony Candide. I agree. It's not more so about precious WWE. I think the guy's more TNA than WWE, but I still think some of the critiques are a bit harsh. Thank God with AEW, because if there was no AEW, I wouldn't be watching wrestling today. WWE is fumbling big time. Just look at the ratings. Yeah, they are. I agree with you about Omega doing technical work, but I'm wondering if he's still working his way back into that after the surgery. It's possible. I mean, that's a good argument to make, but he was very technical against Gabe Kidd, though. Mo, what's happening, brother? Great match. All 4 guys look amazing. No losers in this match. Yeah, there's no losers at all. If anything, the only loser here is JD from New York and David LaGreca. The crowd singing Copeland's song was just magic. I've been there for that when I was in Cardiff, and it was one of the most amazing spectacles you'll ever see. I appreciate AEW being a thing. I just want things to get better with the company and stories, just like 2021 and 2022. Okay, reasonable. That's a reasonable criticism. Is it just me or Omega seemed off when they did the segment challenge of the steel cage match, like Omega's about to turn on Ospreay? See, that's a great question. But I don't think Omega's gonna turn on him. Like, it's a great question to ask, but I don't think he is gonna turn on him though. I think Fletcher challenging for the steel cage by Ospreay is a great start for them to silence their feud once and for all. But I think purely he just doesn't want to be associated to this family anymore. He wants out. He wants to be, as he said, he wants to be what the position that he should have been in the whole time. That's all they need. That's all they need. Graps TV, my boy, he has laryngitis. Oh, Jesus. Unlucky, mate. No, he's not going to. No, he won't. He won't. Okada vs Omega all-in unification match. See, this is what I think. Okada retains the Continental Classic. Omega wins the International title. We get the unification. Goodbye, both titles. Hello, AEW Intercontinental title. Or something like that. Because we don't need a Continental Classic Championship, and the International Championship needs to be replaced. One title is all we need. So yeah, I agree with you. No, we don't need more titles. We don't. That's the problem. You can't have 3 mid-card championships. Like, fundamentally, this is where, ironically, this is what WWE did really well in 2002. Right now, AEW's mid-card division is like WWE in 2002. Because in 2002, you had the European title, the Hardcore title, and you had the Intercontinental title. If anything, I think the Bucks are behind the Death Rider storyline. See, I think that as well. I think Kenny Omega is the natural leader. 2021, 2022 was AEW's best years because MJF was as over as he ever was, and Hangman was utilised better, and they had Punk, who was great. But look at Hangman now. Like, I'm going to throw you a curveball. When Hangman lost the World Championship, they didn't know what to do with him. When Hangman won the championship, it was, my opinion. Here's a fun fact, and people in the chat are not going to like this. Mo might agree with me because Mo's a good human. Mo understands my perspective. Hangman winning the AEW World Championship is the best story AEW's ever done. Hangman turning heel and becoming world champion is probably going to be either the second or the third best story. I fundamentally believe that Hangman's world title win is the best story they've ever pulled. That was long-term storyline. Even though people don't like that shit. Well, they don't like it when it doesn't have an upside, or a payoff, I should say. Late talk shows with Maxwell Midman. I think he's more over now. MJF is a one-hit wonder victim of his own success. Here's a fun fact. MJF only got where he wants to be because Cody Rhodes decided he didn't in his own company. So they built MJF into that story, into that role, and it took 3 years. And his favourite wrestler showing up? CM Punk was meant to be the marquee signing for AEW 2019, not Chris Jericho. And Chris Jericho for me was still just as equally important as CM Punk. I'm throwing facts tonight. I really need to stop the facts train. Ooh, maybe I should get back to this review. The funny thing is, and here's a reality, Triple H loses ratings. Shawn Michaels is the one that gains them. There's another fact. You know what? See, for that comment alone. This is also true. NXT has benefited, 100%. But they've also benefited that they book their women better than Raw or SmackDown as well. They're letting the women shine. Effectively, NXT is just Rampage. It is technically true, Fletch. He didn't. I mean, I don't disagree with Scott at all. SmackDown will get those ratings now that Road Dogg is co-writer of the show. Yeah. But here's the thing, you've got... Alright, you're making a fair point, but also you're contrasting a little bit. So I'm going to answer it as a banner. Fletch, the guy is a WWE fan, is a TNA fan. Hangman Adam Page is a heel world champion is far better now than he was 4 years ago. I'm confident of that. But this is true. They are separate stories, but they actually work. I agree, it feels more authentic. Like, he feels more at home, he feels more natural. Well, I can, because I don't care. Just remember, my guy's better than all your heroes. Oh, we know you hate the guy, it's okay. We know you hate him, it's alright. Tell you one thing, it's absolutely crazy. That main event was the match length times of the main event compared to the opener is wild. That is madness. This is what I said when the Death Rider started, because Omega hadn't returned yet. I said he's the mastermind. I still believe it. The ultimate heel in the best way. These were all great matches, but the timing is crazy. This match, however, we're about to come on to, either I'm going to lose viewers or I'm going to get abuse. I think I would much rather lose viewers than get abuse. But I'm going to say this match was dreadful. And it's no one's fault that it's dreadful. Before anyone comes at me, it's no one's fault. It's just dreadful because we saw in this match that Harley Cameron is not ready. This match, the fact that it went over 10 minutes, there were so many issues. One, she was gassed. She was gassed after 5 minutes. Like, her ring condition is not there yet. Two, she kept counting visibly out loud. And I think I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I have done the same to people like Maxine Dupree and all that shit. And she was pushed too early into a title match. They got this wrong for Harley Cameron, and it's not right for her, but I still like they actually still believed in her, you know? So I'm going to criticize the fact that she, like, her performance wise, she was gassed early on. Some of the moves, timing herself out loud for a handspring, or watching her try a roll up and her timing's off to even land a roll up successfully, or it's simple things, right? It's the basics. It's the basics. It's okay to criticize that, because she is. I agree with. This is what I'm saying. I agree with this. Just like is why I brought Maxine Dupree, because she's a perfect example of someone who is so green, but they're building a chance to give her they're buying into her to give her a chance, because they see something in her. They see something in Harley Cameron. I do as well. She's excellent on the mic. She's got a good look. She's got natural charisma. She just needs to develop in the ring. And that is why I absolutely will say for a fact, even though it was a bad match, it's just because she doesn't have the tank yet. And when she doesn't have the tank, she doesn't know when and where the spots are. Mercedes cannot do all this on her own. If this had been Mercedes versus Sky Blue, for example, similar height, similar build, then this match works. Harley Cameron isn't there yet. Tell you what though, Harley Cameron, 5-6 months, she's going to be ready to do anything. It's plain and simple. I think she just needs time. That's why this match didn't work for me the way that it should have. I'm just being objective. No hate, just objective. Time is all they need. AEW definitely needs a yearly pay-per-view. That crowd in the arena was amazing. They definitely prefer AEW over WWE. It looks like it. I mean, the reactions were stronger. They're much more stronger. Monet Cameron I thought was better. See, that's the thing. I was there for Monet Baker, and I'm surprised I didn't fall asleep. I don't watch AEW. I watch WrestleSuit buying bearing of it's deserved. I don't want the company to die. They have no heat, and the stories don't do it for me. You don't watch, so I'm sorry, but I agree with what Catherine said. Your opinion on the circumstance really doesn't matter. WrestleSuit are just telling you what they see. Until you watch it for yourself, you've got no stake in it. Like, this is why Matthew, respectfully, and I'm going to praise Matthew here. Matthew openly admitted that he shut his mouth last night regarding TNA. Because he doesn't watch. Like, he knows his place. It's not me disrespecting Matt in any circumstance. He just doesn't watch TNA. So he didn't speak on it. That's someone who understands if they don't watch something, they can't add input, because what will they know? You can't add what you don't know. It's actually offensive to people that watch it. That's someone who gets it. So I'm putting Matt over in that circumstance. Soon. I don't think she's ready yet, in my honest opinion. Harley has a bright future, but not yet. Mercedes had to win. Yeah, Mercedes had to win, because you need to protect the championship. You've got to protect the title just as much as you've got to protect Harley and you've got to protect Mercedes. This is why AEW needs women's tag team titles, so some of the women are still green get more work. Harley Cameron in a tag team would be fun. I still think Sky Blue's better than Harley in the ring, but on the mic, Harley wipes the floor with her. Yeah, Julia's by far the most improved wrestler AEW's ever had. From a women's perspective, the men's is Buddy Matthews. Criticising AEW for storylines when WWE's just copy-pasting a single angle made in the Bloodline Vortex over and over is a wild statement. Next should be title Toni Storm vs Mercedes. Okay. This is exactly what I said, dude. This is why I put you over in that circumstance, because you openly said you didn't watch, and you're like, I'm not going to. Not only did you respect my show for that, you're respecting the fan base. That's the problem. Other people don't seem to. If you don't watch, how do you know if they don't have heat or stories? Exactly. I'll give you an example. Fuzzball here. My dude Billy hates certain AEW wrestlers, right? Hates a fair bit of WWE as well. But he's actually more open. Okay, I'm not asking you to stay off the podcast, dude. I think this is the problem. It's not that you're dampening the mood. I just don't think you're reading the room. So, if you don't watch it, but listen to people's reviews, your own opinion doesn't come across as genuine. And I think that's fine. You don't have to watch the episodes, just watch highlight videos. I'll give you a perfect example. My co-host Daily does not watch their shows live. She watches the 1 hour highlight videos on YouTube. Like, she watches the highlights because she gets what she needs from them. She's still up to date. Opinions still formed. In a way, sort of. But yeah. Although, calling him a clown manager is a bit harsh. just remember that we did have a few managers that are genuine clowns and didn't understand the concept. I think calling him a clown's a bit harsh. So I'm not asking you at any point to stay off podcast. That's harsh. But if you watch other people's reviews to get your own opinion, that's dangerous. Because I could tell you the show's great, but it could actually be terrible. That would be classed as brainwashing. Mercedes month for month is almost 2 years ahead of Roman in title work. Yeah, more defenses certainly shows that. We see what the end goal is for Mercedes, though. I don't necessarily think we should be comparing Mercedes to Roman, though. I think if you're going to compare the two, it needs to be MJF. Even though Kenny said out loud that's what he wants, you have to do MJF comparison to Roman. How can anyone honestly say after watching a 3-hour Raw or SmackDown, then watching a 2-hour Dynamite that WWE is better, when 3/4 of their shows are talking and entrances? Beats the hell out of me, put it that way. Beats the hell out of me. If you want a movie spectacle, go to the cinema itself. You know, where a real cinema, not the faux pas word that's being used for everything that is WWE that's not cinema. Because, can we start using words correctly now, ladies and gentlemen? Anyway, back to this match. So, I said as well during the week that Mercedes needs to stop using the moneymaker for a finish. Can we all agree now that she has to stop? Or get a new finisher? Like either the bank statement or a new moneymaker, can we agree that it has to stop? Because I don't know about you, but it's not working. That move doesn't work. Like, I think it has to end. I actually have a better suggestion for her finish. She's a big Eddie Guerrero fan. No, the bank statement's great. The bank statement's great. That's the crossface. It's the moneymaker. Let's see if I can find what I'm looking for. Not that one. Can I find what I'm looking for? I think she's going to. Yeah. It'll either be her or Megan Bain. I think, theoretically, if she wins the Hog title of Megan Bain, she has to get the title off her as well. Like, she has to get the title on receipt. Right, there's a move I'm looking for that would be absolutely perfect. Oh, never mind. It's not giving me what I was wanting. What I was going to say is Mercedes should... Actually, will it be on... Will it be on this? Ironically, Anna Jay done it. I mean, I'm a TNA diehard back and at least openly admit where things are right. This is what Mercedes Moné should use as a finish instead of that fucking moneymaker. Or that, even though it's Candice LeRae. Is that Thunder Rosa? Well, that's it there. See, this would be perfect. Plus it annoys Catherine because it's Thunder Rosa. But yeah, I think the Gory Bomb would be so much easier. I think the Gory Bomb would be so much easier and better overall for Mercedes Moné than that fucking weird finish she does. What's this comment here? I mean, on paper, it doesn't grab me. If they start pushing my guys or people I want to start, like Brian Cage, I don't watch WWE shows in full. I keep up with like AEW. I'm mostly a TNA diehard. Fair enough, but Brian Cage was also booked better in TNA than he was better booked in AEW, but he's also been booked strong. Yeah, same. I mean, so do I. I mean, I've been watching it for a long time, but I still know that it's absolutely rubbish. Yep, I agree. Yeah, I suppose. I want to see a Bane and Statlander first. Oh, we're going to see that. Revolution. I think that's your Revolution match. I'll say this, Jamie Hayter has fallen badly. Up next, your Brisbane Brawl. To be honest, I do agree with Mo. Like, honestly, you should. But I would recommend watching it for this reason. This is a good reason to watch AEW. Hayter's gimmick is not. Her gimmick is crap. It is crap. It needs to die. Whoever suggested that is an idiot. Megan versus Stat is going to be better than Rhea versus Nia. I agree. Because they didn't know what they were doing with this one. I think it'll be really good, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I can say this comfortably. AEW Revolution and TNA Unbreakable will be better than the Elimination Chamber. And one of them's before, the other's after. My favourite people to watch in AEW is Jeff Jarrett, MJF, and Adam Page. No, I haven't. I just know that Stephanie Vacour won the match because she's quality. I know that Jordan Grace appeared. That was the right thing to do, though. Jeff Jarrett's cool. I mean, I like Jeff Jarrett. If you look at it, it works. Like, it works. If you deep it. Yeah, I think they know why. It's because MJF fucked it. His steroids chin fucked it. Sorry, I can't say that or Max might tweet me. This is me when Max tweets me. But then this is me when Max tries to be funny.
Oh god.
How far back are you? The Owen Hart tournament ended months ago. Okay, now I'm getting very confused by you. I'm getting very confused. They were having a Benoit Guerrero WrestleMania 20 moment before Jordan Grace showed up. If they've sent Jordan to NXT, to be honest, it can only mean they rate her highly, not rate her highly, not to have her do something awful on the run to me in the main roster. I'll tell you why they sent her to NXT, mate, because they're fucking stupid. This has nothing to do with the run up to Mania. They sent her to NXT because she's going straight back into where she came from. No one's going to argue that. No one's going to argue that. And now NXT isn't considered a developmental brand anymore. Do you want to know why it's not considered a development brand anymore? Yep, he wanted nothing to do with it. Smart choice. Smart choice. But who's going to do the Owen Hart tournament's going to be won by Big Bill. Bookmark that. 1 hour, 9 minutes on this show. The winner of this year's Owen Hart will be Big Bill. Triple Nose is so lost in booking he has no idea who attacked Jade. That company is a lost cause. They're all about gimmicks and no in-ring abilities. Gimmicks that used to work. Gimmicks that used to work are now being replaced with gimmicks that absolutely suck balls. Reece, you and I both love The Rock, however, I do not love how his daughter's getting airtime on NXT because she's awful on promos. Yeah, she doesn't have the ability that her dad did for promos, but she does have the ability for sucking dick. Thank you. I take this with pride. I am Booker of the Year. Ava can't even look straight in the camera. Yeah, she's like Paul Ince. Ava Raine is Paul Ince. She looks one way, she looks that way. Slap her about and then you can see what happens. Tony Khan's won it. Triple H has won it. Shawn Michaels has won it. Scott D'Amore's won it. Gado's won it. It doesn't really matter who Booker of the Year is. They're all one thing in common. Delinquents. No, he's not. No, he's not. Here's the funny thing. You know what will stop this from happening? Tony can't actually let someone else do the marketing. It's his own fault. Like, I think if you want to be truly honest, this is his own fault. If he wants to run creative, let him run creative. But he couldn't market. He couldn't market Canada from North Carolina. If you split the two, he can't do it. That is his biggest problem. Which is not a negative on him as a person. He just can't do it. But here's the thing. Tony Khan doesn't pay attention to WWE anymore. If you actually look at it, yeah, it's a business. Like, it is absolutely a business. But he doesn't anymore. If you actually go back and look, he doesn't. But they are more well known over there than AEW talent, like LA Knight, love him or hate him, Jey Uso, John Cena, CM Punk, Roman's about. LA Knight is only known because of NWA and TNA. Jey Uso is only known because of his idiotic cousin. Nobody cares about Jey Uso except morons. Soz. How are you Book of the Year? None of your shows or PLEs win awards. The show sucked, but they booked it right. I don't know how it makes sense. I mean, just look at the IWC. They say that Survivor Series intentionally sucked. How can you say that about a show? Come on. Don't do that. That's lying. He gave up. He praises WWE as fucking scrums. That won't fit a narrative, but it's true. Mercedes is pound for pound the best wrestler in the world right now. Women's wrestler. Okay, that's a very interesting... That's a very interesting comment. I think that's fair to say. I mean, I think there's a few others that rival her, but that's a strong statement. She's in the top 5. I think that's fair to say. Is she the best? I'm not sure. Jey Uso's ruining my Mania weekend. Yeah, well, he's been ruining my entire year and last year. Dave LaGreca from Busted Open just made a podcast apologising to TK and AEW after last night. I saw it just now. I'm laughing hard. TK could give two shits about what WWE is doing. TK's booking has been better. He needs to focus on that and get better people in other positions in the company. You know what he needs to do? He just needs to realise that what works for them, and don't cater to folk that don't give a fuck. He is the Samoan Orange Cassidy. I feel bad because I mentioned his name on the show and then he's back next week. I am solely to blame. It's my fault. Is it? But here's the thing. Jey Uso is not over. Jey Uso is not over. The word yeet is over. Yep, they clowned them like the idiots that they are. Tony Storm is better than Mercedes. I would agree on that. I agree. I blast those IWC media goose every chance I get. I'm so sick of the WWE ass kissing, but trash AEW every time. We know you're being paid, but I'm just a minute. See, here's the thing. A lot of them are. A lot of them are actually quite fair towards it. And some of them really do fucking suck them off. That's why I laughed at David LaGreca regarding his video with Kyle Fletcher and all that. Because Nick Nemeth is laughing at him as well. That's the irony. His colleague on that podcast is laughing at him. I hate, in fact, that she is the most successful artist right now. She successfully sucks. Yeet has got to fizzle out once that bell rings. It's done right. It's done exactly. Exactly. Oh, and here's another thing. The Death Riders winning was the right decision. I'm just hate them all equally. There's only one Samoan on that bloody show that's talented. And he doesn't conform to any of that shit. And Catherine, this is directly at you. Don't associate me with that word. People love saying my name, don't they?
Say his name and he appears. I believe in
Reece Russell.
I believe in
Reece Russell.
Cause they love him in Scotland and 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 Scotland. They say I believe in
Reece Russell.
I believe in
Reece Russell.
Everybody does. But yeah, long story short, the Death Riders winning last night against Jay White and Rated R Superstar Adam Copeland was the right choice. It did end by a technical submission. It was the right call for Adam Copeland to pass out because guess what? It's the road to Revolution. He should be winning against the champion in a non-title situation. Especially when he's going to the main event and he doesn't need that win. Moxley and Castagnoli needed that win last night in Brisbane. I made it better. Oh, but the world champion lost. Take the title off him next time on Dynamite. The champion looks weak. Best country in the UK. Hold that fucker. But yeah. Yeah, I agree with this. I agree with that. If it hadn't been for Copeland getting the title shot en route to Revolution, if it hadn't been for Copeland getting the title en route to Revolution, Jay White would have won last night. In my opinion, title match. Nothing to do with me, mate. I voted to leave. No, it's not. Because they can't even decide what country they are. Should have been the world title. Fun fact, every title Jay White holds means something. There's only one other guy in the AEW that does that. I think she meant Northern Ireland. Remember, Americans, they just see Ireland and go, well, it's Ireland. Think about that. That's contextual. Northern Ireland is in the UK. Copeland will beat. Oh, 109. Wow, I'm nearly at 5,000 likes on TikTok. Okay. What am I looking for? Hold on. What am I looking for? Wait for it. Where is it? No, I'm not looking for my 66k video for Rey Mysterio, which has got 66,000 views. Where is it? When was this? When did I post this? See if anyone can see this. 2 seconds. Waiting for this to disappear. Come on. So if anyone can see that. So I posted that 2 months ago. Or near enough 2 months ago. I said Adam Copeland to beat Moxley for the world title. And then Christian invokes his rematch clause and takes the title and leaves Revolution as champion. No one's saying they're the best. George Best is the best thing to come from Ireland if you put both of them together anyway. Let's be honest. I would absolutely give the fucking TNT title to Jay White. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Well, unfortunately, he's the one that beats Roderick Strong on Wednesday. Spoiler. I did correct by saying she would know. She comes from Australia, she would know the difference. America, she would know the difference. That's why I said. Besides, who really cares anyway? Still fucked up. The country's still fucked anyway. And you know that for a fact. It's because he's a talentless fucking hack. And people buy into him. These morons are the ones that need to get out of pro wrestling. I hate the fact that this dude tries to use the version of the sharpshooter. It insults me as a Bret Hart fan. He's an absolute bastard. I think Josh Alexander should win the international title on his first night. I would do that crazily. Not yet, but he is going to. He's going to though. Anyway, Brisbane Brawl all across the arena. Copeland, please, he needs to stop doing his dive moves from the arenas though. Like at his age, please don't. To be fair, see when it comes to talent from TNA, don't listen to SRS, listen to me. I'll save you. When it comes to the Brisbane Brawl, it was the right decision anyway for the Death Riders to win. Again, if you're building to your pay-per-view, which is still over a month away, you need Jeopardy for the challenger if they want to win. In this case, it's the first big pay-per-view of the year for AEW, so what should they do? Simple. You build to it. I think the only thing that matters more though is it wasn't as much of a brawl as it could have been, but it was right to end it by a KO submission, like a technical submission. I approve of that though. I think it could have been a little bit more aggressive, in particular from the Death Riders. I don't think they were as aggressive as they could be. But they still bought into it time-wise. I mean, about 15 minutes, give or take, is reasonable for a tag match that has no rules. I think that's okay. I think that's actually relevant to this, to the story you're actually telling. Sorry, hold on. Relevant to the product that does no stories is telling. Cole, Jay White, or Big Bill should be next TNT champion. Big Bill's phenomenal. I really like Big Bill. For a brawl, this match was lackluster. It lacked enough violence. That's what I'm saying. I think it could have been a bit more. If it was not going to be as violent, it should have just been a normal wrestling match. And you still have Death Riders win. Have Cole beat Garcia and have Alexander come and start a feud with Cole. Not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. All I'm looking forward to is this on... I need this to happen to Orange Cassidy on repeat. Every time I see Josh Alexander in the ring with Orange Cassidy, I want this to happen. Now, people prefer the J Driller, I prefer the C4 Spike. The coolest underhook pile driver I've ever seen. No one does a butterfly underhook pile driver better than anyone. Better than Josh Alexander. The C4 Spike is ahead of that. I told you I don't take PWI seriously because whoever voted for it are all morons. He is a top 5 wrestler in the world. Plain simple. He's better than your favourites. Plain and simple. 100%. I might watch Josh's matches, but if there's nothing else I'm interested in, that's all I will watch. I can live with that. I want to see what they do with Bailey if he's still coming in. I think they'll use him as the start of a lighter heavyweight division. Speedball Mike Bailey is one of the best you'll ever see. It's funny because what we were looking for shows why you never listen. Or do I have to remind you? Because a shitty Samoan drop that can't be done properly, a lackluster spear, a Superman punch that comes from Timu sums up. 100%, but did you not listen to what I said? Go back and listen to exactly what I said. See right now who's having a better title reign. Moxley's having a better title reign than Gunther. I think it's next year. Same as Zack Sabre Jr.'s deal. To be fair, the top 5 I was looking for was top 5 technical wrestlers because Josh Alexander somehow didn't make it. But Gunther did. Which is a joke. I'm sorry, but how he isn't in a top 5 technical wrestler is delusional. I don't take these awards seriously anyway, because nobody understands them. They're always voted by people that don't understand wrestling anyway. Because I guarantee you this year someone's going to be stupid enough to say, should Jey Uso win Superstar of the Year, and then the morons are going to vote for it. I 100% guarantee you. He is your favourite. He is your favourite. You tell it all the time. It's funny how you rarely that, but you always say, but he touched my hand. I wouldn't let that man touch me with any opportunity I could get. Now AJ Styles, on the other hand, I would absolutely want a handshake of AJ. Proper, one of the GOATs. But I wouldn't let Roman Reigns touch my hand. I would absolutely wash it instantly if he tried to touch me. Because his whole idea of wrestling is a disease. Oh, they never will. How can you pick, if you're picking title reigns right now, how can you pick Gunther over Moxley when Gunther's title reign has been disgraceful? They have categorically fucked him over. Oh dear God. And more about storylines, the character. Yeah, but the storylines also have to come from work. This is why Bret Hart's the GOAT. Since ZSJ Alexander, top technical wrestlers in the world currently? Yes. Currently? Yeah. No debate. The funny thing is, what I said about see, I'm an Attitude Era guy, but here's the thing, Attitude Era also had good wrestling matches, good work in the ring. Are people going to forget that? But you say you prefer WWE for the storylines. WWE hasn't done a storyline for a long time. And don't say the Bloodline, because that's a common answer. What's the current storyline in WWE? Being honest, like, I watch every week and I don't see anything new. I see the same shit. Like, I can tell you 5 storylines in TNA. I can't name one in WWE. I can't. Except the Bloodline, which is redundant, means nothing to me. So I need something new. Really, I need something new. Otherwise, I'm going to die of boredom. Yeah. some of them can cope. Like, for example, right now, these are, in my opinion, the 3 best male talents in WWE that are active. Now remember, I said active talents. That's your 2 best. Cody doesn't flop in the ring. Oh. Sure about that? Now, Chelsea Green, on the other hand, you're absolutely spot on. You're absolutely spot on about Chelsea Green. Gunther, he just categorically has the same thing that hasn't worked since SummerSlam. Yeah, it's boring. Kevin Owens tried to redefine himself, and look what happened to him. He's stuck. He's stuck with his local competitor. But here's the thing. You said you don't need another taking over story. That's fine. That's fair. I don't disagree. Like I don't disagree with that. But Gunther right now hasn't got anything for him. And I'm a Gunther fan. Like, I actually am a Gunther fan. Nothing's working for him right now. Yeah, he re-signed. He does though. Or did you not watch his match with Carmelo Hayes? And his match with Solo Sikoa? He does. She sucks and all. No. No. That isn't a story. That's a dream for all her stupid fan club. This is true. This is true. And so is this a reality. Here's the funny thing. They are both a problem that nobody wants to admit. Gunther's in the wrong era, and Moxley shouldn't be AEW World Champion. Is that so hard to say? Or do people just want to lie? Tell you right now, Braun Breaker would be a better world champion right now than Moxley and Gunther combined. Doesn't matter what promotion, he would still be a better world champion than both of them. Buddy Matthews would be a better world champion in either promotion than Jey Uso when he eventually wins it, or Gunther or Moxley. I know it's in it, I'm still not looking. All I hear is about the bloodline. See, that just shows how stupid 2K is. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Absolute melts, the lot of them. Speaking of Buddy Matthews, I'm not going to. I haven't bought a limited edition game for quite some time. in terms of wrestling. I just buy the standard editions. Sorry, bro. That's what I think of the Bloodline. Anyway, Okada versus Buddy Matthews by pinfall. First of all, Buddy Matthews. I like the jacket. I like the jacket. I like the fact that you wore a version of what your missus wore. Shout out to Rhea Ripley as well for being in the Grand Slam crowd. Oh, but WWE fans won't like that. WWE fans won't like that. The Rhea Ripley was there. Also as well, Okada had the whole crowd against him. The minute he said bitch and he tried to walk out, and then Buddy called him a wanker. First of all, the Aussie crowd were better than the following crowds last year. French and German. Cheers, Mo. Thanks very much, my dude. I'll be back on tomorrow, but I'll be reviewing Raw on Tuesday, so if you want to be in for that punishment, join me on Tuesday. What is Gunther doing at the Elimination Chamber? Hopefully he's in the No Escape match. And lose his fucking title. Yep, Malachi Black definitely held back Buddy Matthews and Brody King. Have we heard any update on Buddy Matthews' status? No, but it was his knee, not his ankle. It was his knee. He shattered it on. I believe he shattered it on the apron. Yeah, that was 2K23. I'm pretty sure because I have that same photo. I think. WWE Rob people blame me that game enough. Oh, of course they will. Of course they will. Annoyingly, the game will be good, but the story will be rubbish to play. That's why I won't play it. That's why I'm not getting that version. I want to avoid it at all costs. I'm going back to classic games anyway when it comes to their games. I'm going back to the classics. Anyway, Buddy Matthews not one, but two Rainmakers. Buddy Matthews, you've lived up to your echelon as a single or tag team wrestler. Where has this been the whole time? Why is this not being displayed? This is what we deserve to see. A hard-working grafter who actually puts in the work and gets rewarded. This was a great match to watch from that level. It further escalates the point of they backed the wrong person the whole time. They backed Malachi Black over him. They've openly regretted this. That's why he's there long term. Malachi Black's been shown the door. This for under 14 minutes, which is a mid-card title, roughly 10 to 15 minutes is acceptable for a mid-card championship. This works. I like the presentation. Entrance-wise for Buddy Matthews, it was really cool. I like the presentation from Okada as well. Again, he just gets it. He always does. He's been my guy since day one. I really liked the way that they flowed this match. It actually works to them. They worked to Buddy Matthews even when he got injured. They worked to him slowly. That drop kick was picture perfect anyway. The two DDTs made their mark. We got... Also, I forgot to mention this earlier on, the tag match. The double tombstone pile drivers were sweet. I liked that it wasn't overly one-sided, but the champion still got the shock of his finish being kicked out of before we got the seal. We need something like that. Buddy Matthews needed a strong singles performance, so He got that. I'm happy for him. That's what we need. There is 2 chamber matches, but one of them's for a number 1 contender. The others, well, they're both actually number 1 contenders matches. They don't do them for the titles anymore, annoyingly. The women's one is to face Rhea. The men's one's to face Cody. But shout out to my guy Okada for winning again, like, top performance, where he got booed. But then we got this visual. This is one of the best visuals of the night. It's unquestionable that Toni Storm right now is leaps and bounds ahead of everybody when it comes to creative work. And here's the funny thing. Her husband is the reason why. "100% timeless Toni Storm is definitely a Juice Robinson creation." But this match was oddly familiar. The way this match started, move for move, is Cena versus Lesnar at SummerSlam. Suplex after suplex after suplex after suplex after suplex. I like the fact that they didn't go full in on that and they changed it up. But those suplexes were devastating. Like, it was devastating on the angle of how they performed it. And it was really well done, the way that they set Toni Storm out to get her revenge and get her championship. I thought Mariah May gave a good performance as a champion. She certainly did her best to keep up with the challenger, who was focused. But as she's done numerous times over, you back her into a corner. Toni Storm does this. Shout out to green hair guy and the Power Rangers fan in the front row. She wins, not with a roll up. Well, she did. Not just any old roll up. But she didn't win with the Storm Zero, she won with a variation of a roll-up. Special variation. She used Mariah's own speed and momentum against her. 1, 2, 3. A record 4-time women's champion in AEW. Her most important win so far. Not necessarily. I don't think it's to carry the division. Plain and simple, it's exactly the same as what will be needed for Cody if he gets a second run as champion. It's to allow you have to be a truly remarkable champion to have a perfect first run. Like, you have to be a truly special champion to have the perfect first title run for it to stand out. Mariah May's is the exact same. It didn't work. It doesn't work in that way, so she needs to regain that. So I think her second run, when she regains it, will be better than this one. I firmly believe that. I don't think it needed any. I think there should have been after, but not during. I think it was fine without blood. I think that division is stacked. If certain women wouldn't sandbag, then you can have good feuds. Yeah, Thunder Rosa is one of them. And if you have women that, and also if you have talent across the board that haven't got creative control, that's another thing. Because I disagree with talent having creative control. Especially when it comes to their matches. Creative control for the gimmicks, but not for the matches. What's up, Rusty? I'm good, how are you? Oh yeah, I absolutely do mean Mercedes. She's not the only one. Britt Baker's got creative control. Toni Storm has got creative control, but at least she actually understands what she needs to do. She actually at least puts talent over. You know who else has got creative control? Kazuchika. Deonna Purrazzo doesn't have creative control. Taya Valkyrie doesn't have creative control. Sky Blue, she doesn't. Julia Hart does. Yeah, Thunder Rosa had beef with them because of the lies that she spewed. Catherine, don't lie. Your trolling is terrible. That is terrible, even for you. It is very stacked. You know who else has got creative control? Saraya. Oh hell yeah, man! I've got a shitload of. I've got a shit collection, man. I've got a lot of it. I've got a shitload of comic books. I've got more things than meets the eye, to be honest. Yeah. And I hate it. I think it's awful. Like, I actually hate the damn thing. Right. Because I want to get out here at 2 hours. Oh, dude, I would burn this movie alive if I could. In a way, yes, but also she's doing something that matters to her right now, so that's why she's not doing anything. Josh will be fine because he's got no other commitments. But yeah, I want to get out here in the next 5 minutes, so drop some questions, guys. Because I said I was going to go 2 hours anyway. 2 hour tea. I think that's very correct. But drop your questions, if you've got any. And also thank you to everyone that has been here with me tonight, with the comments, the likes as well. We're doing really well. We're still on our road, and we're close to 280 subscribers, so I do appreciate that from everyone. I do appreciate everyone that has been here consistently. It's impressive. You're fine. They're your opinions. I just think it's hard for people to accept them when you don't watch the shows. I think that's hard. I think you still voice them. I'd rather someone that's honest than someone that's dishonest. What are you looking forward to at the Elimination Chamber? If it's announced, Styles versus Breaker, it's probably the only thing. The rest of it, I'll be honest, I'm not so sure. I think he'll win the Intercontinental title, yeah. It seems obvious that they're gearing him to be an Intercontinental champion, which is something I will criticise Tony Khan for. I wanted Penta to be a solo champion in AEW, which kind of sucked. That's the only criticism about Penta that I have from AEW is he never got to be a singles champion. When he deserved at least one. You give the international title to Phoenix, but you wouldn't even give it to Penta. Come on. I think that was just mental. But I think he'll win the Intercontinental title, yeah. Just over 2 minutes, and then we shall wrap up for the evening. But long story short, if you haven't, will Dark Penta appear at one point? God, I hope so. I hope so. I just want to show this as well before I wrap up tonight as well. This is for everybody who's been here. I do appreciate it. I said I was going to show this for everyone going forward, so this is for the channel. I think it's very important. Dark Penta versus Demon Balor would cook. So I wanted to bring this up for everybody. So if you haven't seen this, going forward, Mondays, gaming streams, Raw is Tuesday at the moment. Wednesday I have nothing planned, but I'm going to think of something. I might do maybe a special or something on Wednesdays. Thursdays we review Dynamite. Fridays a gaming stream. Starting this coming Friday. On Saturday I review TNA, Ring of Honor and SmackDown all at once, unless it's a pay-per-view for like AEW or WWE. Otherwise I'll review TNA pay-per-views, which I need to put on Friday as well actually. Hold on. Because TNA pay-per-views are on a Friday as well, which doesn't help. Sundays I do Collision reviews and pay-per-view reviews as well, and then classic watch-alongs are coming back. Topic streams, quiz streams, have got more to do. Noah, New Japan and the likes of the UK scene are returning as well. The fun topic shows are a good idea. I want to get some stuff in there, but that is on the agenda. And to answer this question, massively, this guy, the GOAT. And also, good shout. Could do that. We could certainly do that. This is crazy. I want to leave it on that. Roadblock at MSG. I don't think anybody would have thought that. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being... Oh, hold on. Also, this is just funny. What a question from the lovely Lil Fittison. Who is getting the last spot for the chamber? I hope that it's Finn Balor, it's something different. If it's Seth Rollins, then he needs to turn heel once that ends. Otherwise, I don't see the point. Thanks very much, the guy. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I depart for the evening, please do check out Graps TV, the Mid Podcast, Covalent TV, Tati Wrestling, etc., etc. Check out GH14 if you want to check out story-based video packages for wrestling. I'll be back tomorrow. Yes, I do watch NWA, but covering it is mad. I could cover it actually going forward. We can certainly do that. We'll discuss that tomorrow if you're here. So, tomorrow, let's discuss it live. What we can do going forward for additional stuff. But I want to enjoy that. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I will see you tomorrow. Have fun. Stay safe. And I'll see you on the other side. Goodbye for now.